In the BSU, around the taking of the mic event, I served on two committees. One was the demand writing committee, and the other was the negotiation committee. The Black Student Union had discussed and presented demands or recommendations to the university in the fall of '67. And the university basically ignored those recommendations. And so once the assassination occurred, we had a deeper dive into the issues that we were experiencing on the university and created a list of 40 to 50 demands or things that we wanted changed. And in a sense, each of them was potentially a demand. One of the co-chairs of the BSU, before he came to Stanford, Charles County, he was a political organizer, a community organizer. And he said to our group, all of us, the BSU, that we can't present 40 or 50 demands to the university. The most we can present to them is 10. And so the writing committee that had taken the initial dialogue and also over the course of the year, and then especially in response to the assassination, and written out what we wanted to see happen, we went back and we clustered all those ideas into 10 themes. And those 10 themes became the 10 demands. What we did in a couple of the demands was, and this probably didn't happen in other places, was that we asked the university to admit and support not just Black students, but Asian, Latino, and other ethnic groups. So a couple of our demands speak not only to them making spaces and support available for Black students, but also for the other ethnic groups. When I reviewed the demands recently and saw that, I had forgotten that we were so conscious of trying to create better conditions for all.
Had connections been made with other student groups?
There were no student groups. There was only the Black Student Union, and there were very few Latinos, and I don't recall that they had organized into a formal group, and there were very few Pacific Islanders, and I don't recall that they had organized into a formal group. So the Black Student Union was the social activist group. Now, there were groupings of people against the Vietnamese War and other causes, but around the race and diversity question, we were it.
And so the day of taking the mic, describe that day for me.
Up until taking the mic, the BSU had formed committees. There was a communications committee that did the messaging. There was a outreach. These names may not be the same. Committee that was to touch base with different parts of the university to build support. There was a security committee that created strategies and plans and actions to disrupt the university if the university didn't support our demands. There was a writing committee that produced the demands, and there were other. So everybody in the BSU was active in some committee and working from the time of the assassination until the convocation where the mic was taken in whatever their areas of work were. And then the whole BSU was coming together on a daily basis, sorting all those things out and cross-connecting all the work that was going on. And so on the day of the event, it was determined or decided that we would ask people from East Palo Alto to join us. And a large, maybe 30 to 50 people from East Palo Alto came to the convocation. They set up in the front rows with the Black Student Union, as well as other faculty, as other staff, Black staff on the university. When Lyman began to speak, and we sat there in silence, began to speak. I'm not sure how much time elapsed between the time he started speaking and our action, but we all stood up and then walked up the stairs onto the stage. One of the co-chairs, Ken Washington, reached out his hand and took the mic from the president, not in a violent or a reactionary way, but in a very respectful but determined way. I was given the mic, and I had been chosen to read the demands. I don't recall why. It may have been because I was on the committee and familiar with the drafts and the text of the demands. And obviously people may have had some confidence in my ability to state them. So on the day of the convocation, we met, we talked through what our action was going to be. We helped to make arrangements to get the people from East Palo Alto into the audience, and we acted.